Congress party's recent signal of accepting support from Jamaat-e-Islami Hind in Kerala has sparked a new row, drawing criticism from Samastha, prominent Muslim scholarly body, and other parties. Now, Samastha passed a resolution opposing Jamaat-e-Islami Hind's ideology and accusing it of promoting, quote, political Islam and alienating Muslim youth for political purposes. Here's what the resolution by the Muslim body, Samastha, stated. It has called for vigilance against pan-Islamist extremist ideologies that are trying to sabotage what they call our peaceful preaching styles of Islam. It said that religious nationalism and extremist preaching style isn't their way, and further added that Maududist ideologies are trying to mislead Muslim youth from the mainstream, and their dangerous idea of political Islam is a serious challenge. The Samastha conference resolution called for everyone to come forward to ideologically defend such ideologically move against such separatist ideologies. Now, this body is not the first one to question Jamaat's ideology. Jamaat's foundational ideology, established by Maulana Abul Ala Maududi, viewed secular democracy as, quote, un-Islamic and a violation of the sovereignty of God. In 1951, in fact, the first Amir of JIH, Abul-e Islahi Nadwi, justified boycotting India's general elections, calling the sovereignty of man a spectacle that flouted Sharia. Jamaat-e-Hind Islami Hind, in fact, has been banned following remarks by its then head, Sirajul Hasan, who allegedly suggested that the separation of Kashmir and India was inescapable. It was only last month that a Facebook post by Jamaat-e-Islami leader Sheikh Mohammad Karakunu attracted massive backlash in political circles, putting the Congress in the dock. This post was titled, "Will the Faithful Reject the Islamic Republic?" The post reads, "The Prophet is the founder of the Islamic Republic. Its headquarters were in Medina. It was established without any shedding of a single drop of blood. It was an idealistic, humane, pluralistic state. Its Muslim population was only 15% at the time. I humbly request those who criticize the Islamic Republic to study about it. No faithful who loves the Holy Prophet, even a little, can reject it." And that is why there were new questions that surfaced around why the Congress is being soft on a body like this and is even willing to take their support. So a few days ago, Kerala's leader of opposition, V.D. Satheesan, had said that if Jamaat offers support for Kerala elections, then the party will accept it. Last month, he had hit out at CPM leader A.K. Balan after the latter claimed that Jamaat would control the Home Department if UDF was to come to power. The Congress termed it CPM echoing a Hindu majoritarian perspective which sought to portray Muslims as subaltern citizens. In June 2025, V.D. Satheesan was also asked at that time. But he said at that time that Jamaat-e-Islami doesn't hold this view anymore, this political stance that they want to create an Islamic state. But of course, that Facebook post earlier this year created a trouble for them. He had also earlier said that there is nothing new in Welfare Party support, and that though in 2024 and 2019 elections, Welfare Party backed UDF, for 3 decades they were backing the CPM before that. But interestingly, there are also questions that are mounting over this Muslim body, Samastha itself. Its own ideology and viewpoints are not as palatable as well. Samastha called for the reorganization of larger districts, especially demanding the bifurcation of Mallapuram to improve court administration and resource distribution. But this is of course seen as a furthering of a two-nation theory where Muslims-dominated regions are demanded to be separate from others. Other demands include a 3-day public holiday for Eid, and even asking for ensuring that examination schedules do not interfere with Friday prayers. In fact, in the run-up to elections in Kerala, let's break down why this Samastha body is important. What is this body even about? So this is the largest and the most influential body of traditionalist Sunni Muslim scholars in Kerala. Since 1989, the organization has been split into 2 major factions, which is the EK faction, Chellari faction. This group is the larger faction and traditionally exerts significant influence over the Muslim vote in Kerala. There is the AP faction, a Markaz faction, which operates an extensive network of educational and social institutions. Traditionally, the EK faction has shared a symbolic relationship with the IUML, often functioning as its spiritual backbone. Many IUML leaders hold prominent positions within Samastha, and IUML is that political entity or linked to political activity, a body that of course is popular or has a weightage in Kerala politics. While Samastha red flagged the extremist views of Jamaat, it too maintains a very regressive view when it comes to role of women itself. So is this body approved by those in the Congress party? Samasta has officially discouraged women from appearing on public stages and participating in public activities that they believe distract them from their fundamental responsibilities. It believes that nobility and modesty are adornments of women and warns against influence of modernity and liberalism. Samasta leaders state they have never opposed women's education, but they emphasize that it must occur, quote, religious limits and traditional boundaries. The organization strictly opposes women's entry into Sunni mosques for prayers, maintaining that they should offer their prayers at home. So the question is, will the Congress party want to be seen as linked to a body like this?